Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaison Mathew. So this is the continuation video of comparison between AireOS XT WLC, that is 9800 series WLCs introduced by Cisco, and the other side we have the AireOS WLCs like 5520 or 8540 or virtual WLC or something like that. So it's a AireOS WLC basically. And this is the sixth video I'm posting it on the same series. So I started thinking that it can be one or two videos, but I uh, ended up in taking more than five videos now. So this is the sixth one. So till now we covered the dashboard, we covered all the sessions in the monitoring side. Then we covered all the sections in configuration. Now we will be in administration section. So in administration, we'll start with the best practices. So this is nothing but best practices that is available on the WLC itself. This is the tool that the best practice tool. It will go through your configuration on this particular WLC and it will come up with the recommendations, and based on the recommendation, you can actually take a call on that. So as you can see here, Air on it is disabled. So if you want to fix it, you can directly click on fix. Then when you click on fix and OK, it will make the changes in the background, and you will see the successful, and now you are compliant on that particular best practice. So either you can do this one, or you will get something like this. You have to go and manually configure it. But anyway, this particular tool allows you to see what are the things not part of best practices, and you can make a call based on that. And this list is getting improved day by day. So eventually, latest releases will come with better recommendations and all those things. Okay, so we'll go to the next tool, that is command line interface. Command line interface in GUI, you have two options. One is execution, another one is configuration. So execution is like all the execute commands. So something like show AP summary, then run command, and you will get this output, and you will be able to copy this output, or you will be able to export it. It's based on your requirement, you can actually do that. Then next section is configuration. What you can do is something like interface G0 shutdown, something like that. You can directly type it and run it. So this configuration will be done in that particular site. I don't want to run anything like this, but this can be utilized. So you don't need SSH anymore, SSH or Telnet anymore. If you have the GUI, you will be able to run that. So if you have multiple commands, you can actually keep entering those commands and run it in one shot. You will get all the outputs. So for an example, if you want to collect some output, show outputs for um, some requirement like AP information or something like that, you run all the commands in one shot, then export it into a file, and you are ready with all the show output. So you don't need to log in into the console or CLI of that device. You can directly do that from here. The next one is device configuration. So this is the place you configure your host name. If you want to put a login banner, this is the place to do that. Then in the AireOS, we used to download that login banner as a text file into the system. But here you don't have to do that. Then line VTVI configuration can be done here. View line VTVI options. You can see 0 to 4. SSH is enabled. So those kind of things for the basic configuration in the general side. So this is the place to configure FTP, SFTP, or TFTP configuration, and this is where you configure redundancy. If you want to enable redundancy, you have to give local IP and the HA interface and all. I'll be covering this how to build this HA in a different video. Right now, you just keep this one in mind that this is the place to uh, configure that redundancy. So this is the device administration. Then next one is DHCP pool. So this is the place you can add DHCP pool information. You have basic and advanced. So in advanced session, you will get a lot of information, extra information. Then you can add option 43 or something if you want to add vendor specific information or something like that, you can actually do that. So one thing you have to keep it in mind is this particular local or internal DHCP feature is removed on the AireOS side. The latest releases don't support this DHCP, internal DHCP anymore. But in 9800, you have this option, and it's an extended version of it, right? So it supports everything. So you can do basic that do only the IP address and all those things, or you can go to advanced and you can actually get all the options available on DHCP pool that is available on iOS XE. So this is where you configure DHCP details, configuration, pool details. In DHCP persistence, you will be able to map the interface with the pool name, then reserve the IP address and all those things. So these are the options available on DHCP pool under administration. Next option under administration is DNS. So this is the place you can add your DNS server information and you can sort it how you want to add. Let me add that. So you can actually sort it based on by clicking this button, the up and down arrow. Then this VRF is not there right now. But anyway, these are the options available on DNS. Then next one is licensing. So this is the place you have to put your licensing model. So right now I'm using an evaluation license, and you can see this license information, right? It's a CL version I install on my VM. Then you have registration details, smart licensing things, and all those things. So if you're using your own device, this is the place to come and do the licensing part. Next one is management side of WLC. That is like backup and restore. In AireOS, we had commands and download file and upload file. So download file means this is the place we will download file to controller. Upload file means upload from the controller. So we had two different tabs that is getting changed under EWLC or 9800 series. So here we have two options. One is to device. To device means we are going to upload something, and if you are putting from, then it's kind of downloading from that. So don't get confused, but instead of having two pages like this, download file and upload file, right now we are getting both of them into same page. Then you can select configuration and config type, what you want to take it out, startup config or running config. Then transfer mode, you have all these four options that is available on the other side, and you can download it. So it's from device and download it. So this is the place you can go and get the upload download from the WLC side. Then next one is HTTP and HTTPS configuration or Netconf configuration. So this is nothing but the where we configure this HTTP, Telnet SSH, and all those things are getting changed here. So that is getting changed into this one. So you'll be able to configure all these three items: HTTP, HTTPS, and Netconf, and it will be used in the background for management purposes. Then next one is file manager. This is a cool feature available on your 9800, so you don't have to go through CLI anymore to see the files and all those things. So you can actually open that boot flash. So as you can see here, boot flash is the flash under inside your WLC. If you have a USB directly connected to this one, along with this guy, you'll be able to see the USB also if you are planning to upgrade something. Then you can go into the folder and you can see the files and you can select the file, then upload or download that, right? So you can click on right click and you can click on download and you will get that file. If you want to see the properties, you can actually do that. So it's a GUI interface. I know it's a it's a WLC, but you can still do this file manager kind of stuff. Then SNMP, next one is SNMP. So here you can see SNMP general configuration, community strings. You can add your community private and public one, right? So by default, you had these two on the AireOS side, but now by default you don't have any community strings. If you want to add it, you can use this page to add that. Then v3 groups, SNMP v3 users, then SNMP v3 users, the by default users you can see, and I added some extra users here. So these are the basic ones on that. Then if you want to add any SNMP host for trap as a trap receiver, this is the place for adding that. So everything related to SNMP, you will be able to do that. Now the one of the other thing is you can see this kind of an icon, views icon in this, right? So you will be able to see these kind of things in multiple locations. If you are seeing it, it's a place you can actually click on it, and you can see. So in case of SNMP, you can actually see the SNMP information that is included or excluded. So wherever you are seeing this eye, you will be able to click on it and get this extra information. Then next one is logging. If you want to create any logging, this is the place to come here, and you can come here and add a logging option on this particular WLC. The next one is backup and restore. We already talked about this. So these are the options available on management side. The next one is reload. Reload means again it's the same stuff. If you want to reload your WLC with after saving the configuration, reload without saving configuration. If you feels like something, if you want to uh, if you are feeling like you did some mistake and all, and if you want to reboot, this is the place to do that. Then factory reset also comes here. So if you select this third option and apply, this next reload will put this WLC into factory default settings. So basically, a clear config kind of thing. So all those three options: factory reset, reboot, saving configuration, and reboot. All these three options are coming under reload. The next one is in this one, smart call home. So here you can add your smart call feature, and you can leverage this one. You can create the profiles, you can send the emails and all those things. So alert section, what are the things you want to send it? All those things you will be able to configure it here. So based on your requirement, you will be able to add that. So all the 9800 series WLCs will come with one profile. That is the default profile will be Cisco tag profile, and you can see the alert types. What are the alert types is sending from the WLC side, and this is the profile configuration. If you want to customize it, you can change it, but by default there will be one profile that will be Cisco tag 1. Then next feature is software management. This is one of the key feature available on this particular WLC model, iOS XE model. One is the software upgrade, right? So the best thing in software upgrade is you have a support of hitless upgrade. So this supports with if you have n plus one kind of scenario, if you have a WLC that can act as n plus one for this particular WLC. In that case, it will be able to do some kind of adjustment with between these two so that it will not have impact on your network. So these APs can be moved to the other guy and it can come back while this one is rebooting. So hitless upgrade will help you to do that if you have that kind of setup. With an extra WLC that runs as HA n plus one kind of scenario, you'll be able to use this hitless upgrade. Then again, it's the same thing, install, bundle, TFTP or anything. You can use HTTP also. So you can select the file. I selected this file. Then you can actually click on download and install. So when you click download and install, you will be able to see that progress here. Then once this one is done, we will be able to continue with the reboot. So as you can see here, this file is getting uploaded from my side. And once this upload is completed, you will be able to see this progress is happening in this side. SMU support is the software maintenance update that is coming from Cisco. What you can do is you can add that SMU file. You can choose what is the transfer type you want to use. Then you can apply that and select that file and download it. And once you have that file here, you'll be able to. So for this one, you don't have to reboot this device for patching and all those things. But software upgrade, you have to reboot. For SMUs, you don't have to reboot. You have to add that patch and it will run in the background. And you don't need any hardware reboot or something like that. If it's a patch for some kind of bug fixes or something like that. And this is the always on feature, and this helps you to reduce the downtime on your network. If it's a small patch, you will be able to use that patch and do it. But if you have that kind of patches already done, and if you want to roll back into the original model, um, if you want to do that, you will be able to do that rollback. The next one is AP software maintenance release kind of stuff. So we talked about WLC that is using software maintenance update. The same way we will be able to use AP specific software updates also. So this is the place to do that. So you have to keep one thing in your mind, the rolling upgrade kind of feature, right? So there is a feature available with 9800. So you don't have to actually go and update the entire APs in one shot. So you can select what are the percentage of APs you want to do it in your upgrade, right? So if you want to update all the APs, you click it as one shot, or you select it as 5%. So when we are talking about rolling upgrade kind of feature, it also checks the least loaded AP, and that particular algorithm will run in the background. It will do the steering of your APs, and uh, it will do that load balancing or removing the clients to the other APs, adjacent APs, and all those things. So that algorithm will run in the background, and it will choose 5% based on your configuration, or you can go up to 25%, or all of them in one shot. Basically, using this one, you will be able to reduce the downtime on that. And if this particular patch is only applicable for one AP, only that particular AP model will get updated. It's not like everything is applicable for everything. So in AireOS, you will get a code that is a bundle. Then that bundle has to be going into the WLC, and WLC will do that upgrade. Based on that, all the APs, all the AP models will go through that cycle. Means you are having 100% downtime when this upgrade is happening on the background. In case of iOS XE and 9800, you have very big flexibility here. You can even choose that only 5% APs will be getting upgraded in one time. So you can do that kind of customization on 9800. The next one is APDP. So this is another new feature came with 9800 or iOS XE. So you can even upload your AP bundle separately. So this one called as AP device pack. If you are introducing a new access point, and if that access point need an extra image or something, using this one you will be able to add that extra support, the AP support on this. So this is some of the feature, one of the best feature available. Even though if you want to do if you want to support a new AP that is introduced by Cisco, you can get that image separately, the device pack, then you can add that separately, and you are good to go with that. The next one is time configuration, basically how you want to add your clock. So you have a clock configuration on AireOS. You have to go to two different places in AireOS. For setting time, you have to come to commands and come to set time. But if you want to change the NTP configuration, you have to go to controller, then you have to go under NTP to set the NTP server and all. But now everything is getting into one page. So here you can see the time. If you want to change the time and date, you can come here and you can edit it. Or if you want to add an NTP server, this is the place to add the NTP server. So in one location, you'll be able to set both of them, but in AireOS somehow it was in different locations actually. Then next one is user administration. User administration is nothing but your username and password you are configuring for admin users, right? So as you can see here, admin user is there, and I already set the powers, and you can also add these kind of things. So for an example, let me try to add any user. So if you want to add a lobby admin user, this is the place to add. So you can actually put that lobby admin, then you can put that as a lobby admin or something. So this is the place to add that user. Basically, the administrative users or lobby admin users will get added here. So these are the options available on administration. We covered all of them. We'll close this video here, and the troubleshooting session we will cover it in the next video. Thank you for watching.